All right, welcome into Foolish Club Media, the Daily Fix with your host Ron Hughley. This blonde is really, really coming through at this point. Boy, I looked at Joe Burrow yesterday, Serta, and I thought, man, look how long it's taken for him to get the movement that he's gotten on that blonde hair. It is going to take me forever to get rid of this blonde hair. If Joe Burrow is still sitting there with blonde tints, I'm gonna have to just take care of this myself and shave it. But that in the small box, as usual, in his rightful spot, is Steve Serta. You heard him getting after it last night on the post game show. Him and Rocky, solid job by those fellas last night, all over Shamari Connor. So we're not going to talk about him today because Steve just kissed his toes. It felt like yesterday. Just said, I know you do. He is your guy. All right, not going to hold you long. But first thing I want to say for those of you listening to us on Twitter, we appreciate you. Those of you on YouTube, we appreciate you as well. First thing I need you to do is, though, go to our YouTube page, Foolish Club Media. Please like and subscribe. If you do not, my kids will not eat. We are the fastest, growing digital show and platform out there today. So get on the bandwagon right now. A few things to get to. One, what the hell was yesterday about? I'll explain what that means. Also, I said coming in that will be the difference, and they were the difference. I was right. I'll start patting myself on the back right now. But first, we got to get to the news of the day, Serta, and you jump in and let me know if there's anything that you have heard of late. But yes, the Chiefs get away with a win that I don't believe they deserved to have, and we'll talk about more of that today and this week against the Bengals at home to get to 2-0. But the big news and the biggest concern right now, Serta, is Isiah Pacheco, and he is going to miss some significant time. He got rolled back, one of those tackles you just hate when football happens and legs get caught underneath. And from reports that the Chiefs star running back Isiah Pacheco, who I believe was set to have a breakout year, left the stadium in a walking boot and crutches, and it's been announced that he has a fracture in his fibula. Based on initial tests, they're going to do more tests to determine how bad it is, but the word is that he is going to miss significant time. And that's the latest, right, Steve? As we're sitting here alone, that's it.
Yeah, there's been kind of some varying reports about the length of it, but Andy Reid should be talking to the media about now or around 1:00 or something like that. So maybe there'll be more of an update. I expect we'll have more information soon, but it seems like Isiah Pacheco is for sure going on IR and going to miss at least a month of the season, if not more.
And look here, what I'm going to say to you all here on the Daily Fix. Now, I know many of you listen to all kinds of Chiefs content, but here on the Daily Fix, I'm not going to do what some people are going to do and probably have done, Serta. There is no to me, bright side to this. There is no, he's going to be rested for the playoffs when it gets here. There is no, this is not good news. This is not good in any form, any way at all. There is nothing positive about this. It is one of the weakest positions on the team, and now you are left with Carson Steele, a rookie who likes alligators and fumbled yesterday, and Samaje Perine. And you have Clyde, who's still on IR and can't get in. Your favorite McKinnon might be on the phone, Steve, which I know you just love the thought of that. But this is not good news. You know, the only person that benefits from this is Patrick Mahomes, because his MVP candidacy, if it is, has shot up with the loss of Isiah Pacheco and Hollywood Brown. That's the only beneficiary of this injury with Pacheco. This is not good in any fashion. And the Chiefs, I'm not saying they can't survive it, Steve, but I mean, they got to figure some stuff out, because right now Carson Steele is probably the best hand the ball off every down back, or 2-3 down back they have. And that is not a great prospect.
Yeah, I think they absolutely have to look at bringing somebody else in. I've seen some people speculate about Kareem Hunt, but I've watched a lot of Kareem Hunt the last couple of seasons, and Kareem Hunt does not look like he has it anymore. But
just walk away from this one.
they're going to have to try to bring in some kind of veteran, because it's what really sucks about this too, is that we really saw them lean into Pacheco yesterday.
Yes.
Like, had 19 carries, was involved in the passing game, and was a true, workhorse running back for them. And that opening drive to start the second half, where they really had to get something going, they were just like, Pacheco, it's you. Like, we need you to go out there and run it down their throat. And we saw them do that yesterday. And so for him to have an injury like this and miss significant time, when we were seeing it really manifest finally that in year number 3, he was going to be a significant part of the offense in a way he hadn't been before, it really sucks for him and the Chiefs.
Yeah, it does. Stay with us right here on Foolish Club Media for more info. Like Serta said, Andy will speak, and you'll maybe get some more info. You can find it right here and stay with us on Foolish Club Media. Any of that info, we'll have it for you. All right, to the game yesterday. Listen, I don't think the Chiefs played particularly well, but coming into it, and I said it on multiple platforms right here on Foolish Club Media. Check out the Daily Fix every day at noon, and Show MBK every single Friday. It's released, our podcast. But Serta, I said the D-line, for them to really, have a game they want to have, the D-line, this should be a game that the D-line dominates. That's why I felt like this should be a game where the Bengals aren't able to do much because the D-line dominated. And Serta, the game was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be, but they dominated this game. They were the number one reason to me why this team was able to win. They get 3 sacks. Chris Jones, who didn't get a sack but had 7 pressures by himself, and he started, and then Mike Dana and Wharton also was in on it, but they finished it. The biggest play of the game, Steve, was the sack fumble scoop up by Shamari Connor that finally gave him the lead. That gave them the lead there in the second half. That was the big play. They also got a sack to knock them out of field goal range at one point. I think that might have been the blitzing as well, but they didn't give up anything in the run game. Chris Jones, even though I don't think Chris Jones, Steve, officially recorded a statistic, but he was as dominant as ever in the game yesterday. And that front line, Dana, George was in there hitting them combined for a sack. Wharton has been amazing thus far. This crew is dominant. I think the best D-line in football. They've been playing like it, and they needed to. They wouldn't have won that game if that D-line didn't dominate the way they did. Nasty. Oh, I love it, Chris.
Yeah.
9-5 is out to it, baby.
Through 2 games, Chris Jones looks like he is playing some of the best football of his career. Like, he has been an absolute game wrecker. And even if he's not piling up the sacks through 2 contests, he has been a problem so far against the Ravens and the Bengals. And yeah, Tershawn Wharton's been impressive. Mike Dana's been impressive. George Karlaftis has been impressive. And the lad Charles Omenihu back like mid-season, hopefully, just to add even more depth to that defensive line. But for a defense that has some more question marks compared to last season, Chris Jones has been an absolute monster along with everybody else. It's been one of the most impressive parts of this Chiefs team through 2 games.
And we know this, and I'm sure we'll talk about this week, Steve. They need this D-line to perform the way they have with what's behind them. They need it. The weaknesses are behind them, and that D-line probably helps a ton with some of those weaknesses not looking as bad. All right, finally, as we roll through here, Steve, what the hell was yesterday about? Yesterday was a weird day in the NFL, and I said I do not think the Chiefs played well, and I had prepared for the loss there and cool with it. Like, you deserved it. Play like that, you turn the ball over like that, you lose a turnover battle like that, you do what you do, and you are inept on offense at times. You handle the offensive line and left tackle the situation the way you did, you deserve to lose. But when you look around, you pull this off. As you got there, you got Sam Darnold, who beats the Niners at home, the Saints boat race, the Cowboys. Their first 6 possessions, they scored touchdowns. And I mean, not just small fields, 80, 70, 69, 27. I mean, it was crazy what they did. The Ravens lose at home to the Raiders and Gardner Minshew. The Lions lose at home to the Bucks. They were 6.5-point favorites. The Colts lose to Malik Willis, who threw the ball like 12 times. The Jags lose to the bad Browns. I mean, the Rams I picked the Rams to win the division. They just went out and got whooped 41-10 by the Cardinals.
At least the Rams have an excuse. They got a lot of injuries right now.
I mean, I'm sorry, 41-10. I mean, I didn't see that one coming. I mean, they just got their asses kicked. It was such a strange day. For me, like the Cowboys won, the Ravens and the Cowboys won. That was, I mean, you can give me, all right, Niners were on the road. Sam Darnold, was feeling himself. The Bucks, I think, are a really good football team with the Lions at home. But the Ravens and the Cowboys, the way the Cowboys lost, and the Ravens just can't lose to the damn Raiders. But that just can't happen. It was a weird day, and the Chiefs almost fell into it. By the way, the Bears, the fight they put up against, as bad as they played, and that game was a 6-point game, and they had the ball. That was a weird game as well against the Texans. So it was a weird day on Sunday.
Early season NFL. Miss this. Miss it. Early season NFL. Like, I mean, the Buffalo Bills look like the best team in football right now. I will say the Vikings defense is really fun. The Vikings defense is legitimately good.
God, man.
And Sam Darnold is playing out of his mind right now.
Yeah, we got to talk about this week. We're going to need offensive football to make a return. The Washington Commanders won a game yesterday on 7 field goals. I believe the Steelers are 2-0 with 1 touchdown scored. They won they won their game on all field goals last week and only got 1 touchdown this week. I mean, it is becoming disgusting. I mean, good God Almighty. Hi, Mom and Courtney.